Hello, good evening, and welcome to another Midweek Makings with me, Chris, also known as Gross Models. And that's, I answer to most things, but that will do. So, hello and welcome. It's another Wednesday, so it's another day when I'll be sitting at the actual bench and actually doing stuff. I shall change the picture so you can see my bench momentarily. But as I said in the description, today is going to be back to another origami time. So yeah, but we'll see how it works. It worked out moderately well last time, but this time I've got a different book, and I've even got proper paper for it. So we'll see how it goes. What I shall be doing is this, if you can see through the reflections and stuff, because yeah, I sort of need a little something to angle the bench up a little bit so it doesn't get all the reflections. But I haven't been able to. I don't want to angle the bench up because then obviously everything will fall off of it. But I don't know. I can't move the light anywhere different than the camera, and I might play around with the camera angle if I can bring that. I'll do that behind this. I won't do it now because you don't want me fiddling with stuff live. But yes, hello and welcome. This is what I'm doing. Star Wars origami. It's yeah, origami and Star Wars. I'll show you the book when I go back down to there. Before I do go back down there, I'm going to need my mouse. I always forget to get the mouse out. So I can get the mouse out so I can control the screen so I can have a look and see who was in the chat. The first person I see in chat earlier on was the Ghost Rider saying, "Evening everyone on this wet rainy day." Yeah, it's been all right most of the day. It did start raining a little bit earlier and then it got a bit heavier a bit later. But yeah, it's all right. I didn't have to go out to work today, so I don't mind what the weather does really while I'm here at home. Lynn's also here, saying I'm here. Then Jacqueline just comes over to me because I think Colin's just finished. So yeah, it's my turn now. And then a bit later on, it's someone else's turn afterwards. So we work amongst ourselves and keep you amused for all of the afternoon times. Twisted Rail Hobbies is also here. Anyone else? Me. I'm there. And then Ghost Rider puts a picture of a cupcake, which made me want a cupcake, but that's besides the point. I do feel like I've forgotten something today. Ghost Rider did suggest that it was cake that I've forgotten, but I don't know. I don't know what it. I mean, I'm dressed and talking and things. I don't know. It's sort of nagging that you haven't done this, but there probably is. Lynn says her fire alarm's just gone off, so yeah, that wasn't my fault. I wasn't there at all. Paul Lines is here saying evening all. And then everyone says hello to everyone else. Lynn says, "Oh no, I lied to Besta. I said it was the mini Lego dog today." It's in the description of the video as to what I'm going to be doing. I think it's mini Lego dog, which is there. Look, you can just see him just over my right shoulder. You can see his tongue. I think it's mini Lego dog next week. I sort of figured out what the order of things was going to be, but then I completely forgot about it. I don't think I wrote it down. So yes, I was 5 hours ago. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, well, the video description's been up for like days. I generally set them up many days in advance. So probably later on tonight or tomorrow I'll be setting up next week's. So it'll be there. But hi Jackie, says Lynn. I don't know why though. Was that from earlier? All right, it's all right. I'm completely confused now. I thought someone else had come in. Right, I shall push a button and go down to the bench, and then we'll see exactly what it is that I shall be doing today. Move me buttons out of the way. I'll still need them, but they don't need to take up much room. Right, what we have here, let me just get the important stuff out of the way. That do. I haven't moved my paints out of the way because I don't think I need a lot of room. But what we do have is the Star Wars origami book, nice and shiny origami book, so it's really going to mess with everything. It is 72 sheets of specially designed Star Wars origami paper to make 36 amazing paper folding projects from a galaxy far, far away. Some of them look fairly good. Some of them look pretty rubbish. I mean, the R2 just it just doesn't look. I mean, there's obviously limitations to how I wouldn't be able to design any of them, so I can't say. But yeah, the legs are just not. Yeah. But Vader looks good, but obviously isn't three-dimensional sort of thing. So we'll have a look and see. Going through the book. Now, this book was a birthday present from my brother, who knows I do this sort of stuff and stream it and things. But I'm sure I had this book before in the past. I remember bits of it, but I'm sure I never did all of it, or probably very much of it. I'm not going to read all the words, but the basics, probably a good place to start. But there we go. Yeah, basic fold, side 1, side 2. Side 1 is shown in white. Let's just have a look. It should be which one? The symbol printed on the origami paper in the back of the book tells you which way to orient the paper. The arrow should always point straight up. That's quite useful. Okay, I need to know that. So side 1 is, the paper is at the back, and it's got different things on it. So that's obviously saying that should be pointing up. That's saying that should be pointing up. So they've obviously divided paper specifically for each piece of origami, and there seems to be 2 versions for each. So obviously sort of Star Destroyer, but I don't know if that means that that side of the paper should be facing upwards when you're doing that. But yeah, so lots of different paper. Now the intention is to work my way through all of them eventually. Darth Vader and 3PO and Jango Fett and the Vulture droid. But what I'm going to do is start at the beginning. I'm not going to go through all of the folds and things, because yeah, I hope that I will be able to pick up on them as we go, rather than it being, you know, me just making rubbish stuff to begin with. Display stands. If I need to, I can go back and refer to the initial instructions. So we'll start with part 2, the project. The first one is the lightsabers. Preferred weapon of both Jedi Order and the Sith enemies. I'm not going to read them out to you, because you can read them yourself. If you have trouble, you can always pause and read them. But yeah, that seems to be in enough focus for you to read it and stuff. So we've got a selection of different lightsabers to build. They can't be difficult, can they? This must be a good place to start. It says how to fold a basic lightsaber. Fold in half and unfold. Cut along the creases. Fold a little bit. Fold a little bit. Fold and unfold. Optional step. Yeah, okay. That's the basic lightsaber. So we shall... Which ones are difficult? Darth Maul's is different. And Dooku's is obviously different, because it's got different shapes to it. Let's just have a look. And yeah, there we go. That's that. So what I'm going to do is go to the first of the paper, which is in here. And we'll start with the start, because that's a very good place to start, so I've been told. Start with this side down, it says on there. That's quite useful. Lightsaber, page 21. That's the end of that. So what I shall do is take out the first page. Not the first 2 pages, just 1 page. So we've got Mace, Dooku, and Maul's. So let's start. And I believe that these look like they're perforated to get them out of the book. So let me find that perforation. There it is, yes. Definitely perforated. So we'll get that perforation folded. Candygrams here saying, ooh, lightsabers. Ooh, indeed. It feels like I'm pulling something, so I'm going to keep pulling it and hope. There we go. Right, so I've taken out my first piece of paper. Then we shall go to the instructional proceedings. Now, it looks like I'm going to have to cut this, because obviously, you know, is Darth Maul's going to be the difficult one, or is that... Yeah, it says cut along there. So, the one thing I didn't prepare was any cutting things. But I do have a knife. So I shall use the knife. And I shall cut along where it says to cut along. Fairly straight. Probably as straight as I could do with scissors. So that's okay, that worked. I'm going to start with Darth Maul's, because it's the first one that's got actual instructions that say, this is Darth Maul's. Whereas the other ones might just be generic, or might indeed be a little bit different. So, Well, I've got the knife out. I shall do my final cut. To get these ready. So I think I shall make these 3 lightsabers and then progress on to another thing to build. It says basic light. I'm going to start with basic lightsaber, I think, then. That's probably the best bet. You put those out the way. They're both Darth Mauls, and that's Dooku's. Right, there we go. So, let's have a look. Right. Sprung Glue's here as well. And Candygram's just said hello to everybody. That's okay. Right. How shall I arrange things? Is that... That's not... I might have to move the paint and move this back a bit further, but there we go. It says fold in half and unfold. It says... I've got the arrow going that way, and it said about having that side down, didn't it? Did that say on there? Lightsaber, page 21. Start with this side down. So the coloured side down, the arrow pointing that way. Okay. So I'm folding in half and unfolding. Unfortunately, this is the same colour as my mat, so you might not get the full effect on that. But there we go. I'm folding in half and then unfolding. Nice straight cut. Didn't even use a straight edge. Didn't even think about it. I've got a metal ruler over there that I could easily use for these things, but yeah, that really involved thinking about things. Right. Then we have the valley fold and unfold. So that's to the centre. Back to the centre. There we go. Valley fold and unfold. Cut along the creases formed in step... What? Wait a minute. All the way along? What? I don't get... What? Fold along the creases. So I've got 4 bits. Does that mean? I'm confused already. The first bit, and I'm stuck. It says cut along, so it just means to cut those bits that I've just done. But then it doesn't say. We've got to go start somewhere. So if it says, it definitely says cut along the creases formed in step 2, and it's got cut lines, and it goes all the way along there. But then I don't know what I've got to fairly fold enough. You would think they would perforate each lightsaber. Well, the whole point is this makes it more, you know, fun to do some of it yourself. I don't know. I'm going to try it and see what happens. I shall cut along each line that I've made. It feels like I should have done the bottom half as well, but it didn't tell me to, so I didn't. Okay, so now I've got 3 bits, but now it's not telling me what to do. I'll make sure I'm doing them in the right order as well. Valley fold just enough to form a thin flap. The valley fold, then unfold. Right, so I'm going to work on the big bit, because I think that's correct. So I shall valley fold just enough to form a thin flap. Just like that. And then valley fold and unfold. So we're going in half again with all of this. That one's a little bit off there. Might get away with it, but we'll see. Valley fold and unfold. And then valley fold and unfold. Even the tiny little bit. What? That's good. This is getting small stuff. I don't like tiny things. Well, I do like tiny things, but it seems like this is going to be more challenging than I thought. Being, let's start with the easy lightsabers. Wrong lightsaber. That's not Darth Maul's. This isn't. No, this is Darth. The Darth Maul's is down here. This is Darth Maul's. This is Mace Windu's, which it said basic lightsaber. It said. So I'm hoping that that means it's the basic lightsaber. So I'm following the basic lightsaber instructions. Right, there we go. Fold and unfold. Yep, I've done that. Mark, fold, turn the model over. So what that bit up to there. I don't know what happened to them yet. We're going to mark fold, I think, just to get that corner. Mark fold, and then turn it over. This is now the coloured side because it's coloured, right? I don't need to do that because I don't think it needs to have those like loops on. Oh, I'll do that like that. Right. Then we've got to belly fold somewhere else. That across there, right? That's not like that. No, that's the crease fold. All right, this is just to show us where to do that belly fold, which is there, which will be making that meet up with that. That's okay. I got that bit there, right? Then mounting fold the corners A into the pockets B. This will turn the model into a triangular tube. Okay. So a triangular tube like that. I've got to get A into B. I don't know how to do that. There's four things. So I'm aiming for 3 things now. Okay, so those 2 have got to go and become that same one. So I've got to get that in there. That makes sense to me, sort of, a little bit. Sorry, Chris, thought you said you were starting with Darth Mauls. I did, and then I changed my mind. So, no error on your part. It was all my own fault for saying things and then changing my mind. So there, I've got a triangle there, and that's inside there. So if I can do the same thing at the top, where I did that very little fold thing. That has to go into there. And that should be that. Well, it works. It's a lightsaber. I'm not sure about these 2 bits. I really have literally no idea about those 2 bits. Does anyone see anything that I've stuffed up with those 2 bits where I haven't done it? This is going to go horribly wrong. There's always that possibility, but it doesn't seem to. So it's got a handle, and it's got a blade, and it goes vroom, 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 like that. Yeah, I made a lightsaber. I have some bits left over that I'm not at all sure about. But it definitely said cut along, and then it just told me about other stuff. Okay. I don't know. They've got different bits down there. That's... I don't know. I don't know. I said I don't know. I've said it a couple of times now, and I don't know. See, now it's got how to do Dooku's and how to do Darth Mauls. So I'm going to go with Darth Mauls, because I reckon that's going to be easy. Again, it says cut along the creases and throw them away. Why? Both rectangles. Both rectangles. Oh, because I'm doing 2. Larger rectangle, smaller rectangle. Okay, this one, again, does exactly the same thing. It's got a foldy bit at the end. I'm going to not do any more lightsabers because I don't understand. I'm confused with the first start of the build, obviously. I'm pretty sure that doesn't help, but... yeah, that was strange. Why? I mean, that worked. I like that. The lightsaber itself is fine. It's a bit long and not really suited to staying together. Candy Ground says, if the instructions for this simple tube are this arbitrary, I can't imagine the more complicated models will be like. No. No, seems like a lot of wasted paper. It does, and why did I have to cut it in half? If it didn't tell me to cut it in half, then surely I could have done the same again and made another one. Because, for instance, Count Dooku's got 4 coloured bits. How many coloured bits did we have on that? Was there 4 or 5? If there's 4 and we're making it into a triangle with 2 of them, I don't... Basically, we're cutting it in half. And forgetting about half of it. So we're making a 3-sided thing out of 2 coloured blades, which is sort of going to work from either side, maybe. But I don't get it. This is basically the same, except with extra folds in the middle to make the curly bit. And Darth Maul's is the same, but making 2 of them and plugging them into each other, as far as I can tell. I think we've got 2 there because it's saying you can do the optional step to fold in the ends. The How to Confuse Chris show, it doesn't take very much. Yes, so yeah, there you go. That was interesting, and we made a lightsaber and had some bits left over. Yeah. Oh, by the way, do let me know that the sound is working properly tonight. I've made the software I use has got some updates, one of which is an AI-based audio adaptation, which, although I've still got a fan going, if I say quiet, the sound actually goes to nothing. So hopefully you can hear me fine. I might not be in sync again with me mouth words, but yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay. It's not sounding distorted or gone crazy, but I've heard good things about this new software, so hopefully it's all working properly. Candygram says, this is really disappointing, and I'm sure a lot of young people receive this book as a gift. Yeah, a long time ago. The book, I remember having it, and it wasn't recently. Let's see, has it got a publishing date in there? First printing, July 2012. So, yeah, it's an 8-year-old book, but yeah, put the spares in the book. I will indeed. Candygram says, audio is very good. Thank you very much. Nice to hear the feedback of how these things work. I shall put all of the spares, the spare Mace Windu bits and the Count Dooku bits that I haven't done yet, in there. I'll actually use one of the spare as a bookmark when we get to where I want to get to, and we'll carry on. Lynn says, audio is good, no fan noise at all. Sync is good too. Thank you very much. Right, well, the next one in the book is the Trade Federation battleship. So we'll continue on with that and see how it should look just like that. So it's basically a flat pancakey thing, like a frisbee with a bit cut out the front and a big blob on the other side. Right. So, how to fold the Trade Federation battleship. The first thing I need to do is to go to the page that isn't a lightsaber. The next page, Trade Federation battleship, start with this side down. Now, I reckon that there's going to be another one of those. Yes. So basically, they give you 2 of each, unless some of them might be different things. So, let's start with the perforations again. And then we'll see if we can pull this out. It puts the book on the shelf. There is also a possibility that it may get put away and never got out again. Skullfish is here. Skullfish. Welcome. Good evening. You missed the whole "it works perfectly first time" bit. So don't worry about rewinding and watching the... I made a lightsaber, look. and there weren't any difficulties with it. There was no problems or confusion or anything. And don't worry about the extra bit that seems to be left there. That's got nothing to do with this at all. Right, how to fold the Trade Federation battleship. I might need to, I'm going to move my paints out the way. And then I can put the book a bit further back. Keep the important stuff, obviously. Move that over there. Ooh, one of my legs has fallen off. That's never a good thing when one of your legs falls off. Right. So now I can push the book back. Might be slightly in shadow, but you can still see it mostly. That's okay. And then I've got room for my paper down here. Emma Jane's here as well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Emma Jane. Skullfish through and glue pull lines. I think I've said all of them already. It said start off with it this way up, and with the arrow obviously pointing in the direction that it says. It says mountain fold and unfold. Now, valley fold is the traditional folding out like that. Mountain fold is exactly the same, but the opposite. Because it, if you can imagine, that makes a valley, and that makes a mountain. So we're making a mountain. So I'm going to turn over and do valley fold, because that's just easier for me. So I get the corners lined up, make a crease. Yes, because I had to start the. I'm going to say I've just done valley fold, but I had it the other way up. That's okay. It's all right. Everything is all good here. We're all fine here now. Fine, thanks. How are you? I need something. Screwdriver there will probably work just to pop out that little bit in the middle. There we go. Okay. So now we've got that way round, and we have two mountain folds in that. Then it says valley fold across the long sides. So joined up, crease, joined up. Does say do it both ways, doesn't it? Yes. I was getting confused then for a minute and thought it wasn't, but it is. So that's okay. Crease. Right, then we've got, it's one of them, what colour do you like thing, but it's not, but yeah. Right, then that's that way. Valley fold and unfold, repeat on the other three corners. Right, so we're getting corner into centre. Like that. And like that. Basically, we're going to end up with a piece of paper with lots of creases in it. Now, hopefully, I'm making the creases bold enough that I'll be able to see them. I'm making them in bold, yes. So that's that for that corner. I'll turn it around that way and do the same again. Ooh, on the board. And I can get nice sharp creases, hopefully. So how have you all been? Are you all alright? It's Wednesday night here. So you know, we had the, that's not a very good corner, but I've made it quite creasy, so I'm going to leave it because hopefully it'll be alright. Yes, we put the bins out last night, so they're all been collected today. I went shopping today, if that's all the interest that you get, you know, reports on my daily activities. Tomorrow is Thursday, so tomorrow is an evening with. So hopefully some of the gang will join in, and we'll be there to entertain you briefly. 8 PM tomorrow night on this channel. If you missed it last night, I was over on the Team Inept channel with my youngest child, Katie. We did a game stream together. It was a VR game, the Room VR, a game which I have already played, so I needed some assistance to play through it again. Being a puzzle type game, I figured it wouldn't be so much fun for you, me going through puzzles that I've already solved. Although I could, you know, fake it and make out that I didn't know what I was doing, because that's obviously, normally I know exactly what I'm doing and fake it, but I figured it would be more fun to do it with somebody who actually hasn't done the puzzles before. So that seemed to work quite well. A couple of you were there watching it and enjoyed it. Skullfish has got to go and put the kettle on. Paper modelling, says HM Scale Modelling. Indeed, origami time. It's origami night. You can see there's lots of creases in that. There weren't any creases in that at all when I started. So, yeah. Right. That was step 3. Step 4. Valley fold and unfold. Repeat on the other 3 corners. What is that? Right, I've got to pay attention to where it's getting me to valley fold now. It's from the centre, but not to the centre. It's from this point here and that point there. Across to there, okay. Valley fold and unfold, and then repeat. So then I've got to go across from that corner and that point. That point and that point are folding down to get to the centre. I hope you're remembering where all these folds are, because I can't tell which is which and where it goes now. From there and there to the centre. Candygram says the Room VR game was very enjoyable to watch yesterday. Thank you. I did notice you enjoying it yesterday. Of course, the other pleasant thing with being able to do VR by proxy is that I could read the chat. Because normally playing a VR game, you can't see the chat because you've got the entire world in front of your face. So that was quite nice. And I did figure out why I was coming out of the right speaker. There was a tweaking setting thing that I could do. But as it seemed to work, I've left it where it was. I've moved it over to the right. I've moved Katie over to the left a bit. So hopefully that'll be a bit more us talking to each other. And the game audio obviously coming wherever the game audio needs to come from. But it should be a little bit more, not exactly like angel and devil sort of sitting on your shoulder sort of thing. But that sort of thing. So Friday, we have the next one. We're planning on doing that Friday at 6:15. Real life permitting. But yes, 6:15 on the Team Inept channel. Like and subscribe. You'll find the link. You know it. You'll find it. If you can't find it, then shout and we'll point you in the right direction. Sprung Glue's going to watch back on the rerun. Yes. Lynn's going to watch it after this fun. Yes. Yeah, watch back and let me know. Right, that was that. Now it says mountain fold. I'm going to turn it back around so that's pointing up the top again. Mountain fold is that one. Okay. Mountain folded that to there. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Collapse the top corner. This is similar to a squash fold. If I knew what a squash fold was, I'm sure that would be very helpful. I'm assuming it's going to be using all of these folds that I've just put in it. It looks like there's valleys there. These square bits are going to be mounting like that. That one's a valley. So they're going in that way. They're going that way. That's going down there, and they're going that way. Oh, it's sort of coming together. Look, it's sort of working. No, that's just folding it over in half, isn't it? They've got to come in from there. That's going in there, and that's going down there. That looks like a thing. That looks like a thing. It looks like that thing. It sort of does. Cause, yeah, it does. Repeat on the other side. So I'm going to turn that over. And then try and remember what it is that I just did. There was that. They were going back that way, though. And that one was. So that was coming in. That was coming down. And that was in like that. And that was like that. Look, oh. It's only working. Shock horror, I know. It's working. It's a little bit lumpy, but it's working. That looks a bit like that. Valley fold and unfold, repeat behind. It doesn't say exactly where, so I think it's halfway. Is that for just the top half, I think, then? Fold that down to there. Trying to make nice crisp corners and folds, but that's a little bit stuffed up there. So I try and correct that a little bit, but it's never going to be perfect. We knew it was never going to be perfect. It wasn't exactly a shock, was it? You can't say you're shocked that it's not a perfect fold, any of this, can you? Right, valley fold and unfold. I've got the unfold bit, but it's nice to get the squishing down. Squish, 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 squish. Right, so that's that. And unfold. So then it goes back to that. Then valley fold that up. That points over the top a little bit, and it looks like it should. Yeah. Right. It doesn't say to do it the other side, so I won't. Now valley fold. What? Where? That? Up there. Yeah. And then that back down to there. Okay. And then that over there. Right, I think. Doesn't look quite like the picture though. Actually, it does a little bit. Yes, if you think that's in front, but it's actually behind. Repeat steps on the right side. So valley fold. I've got to do it backwards now. That open, that down, and then that back over. No. That open. That. Right, valley fold. That up to there. No, that's not that. I'm doing it backwards now. It doesn't make sense. That's that one. Where was I to start with? There. I've just folded that up. So then I've got to fold that up to there. Yeah, okay, I did that bit. Then it is that down to there. And then it is that back over there. So that, yeah, it is the same. Right, it looks the same both sides now. Is it a paper hat, says Gross? Right, I think it's more like a boat, but yes, it might well work for both. Chris has built a sailboat, says Paul. Yes, exactly right. All right, repeat that. Sink fold on the crease formed in step 8. Right, now we're confused. Valley fold and unfold. That fold there. Sink fold. I'm going to have to go back and find out what a sink fold is. X-ray lines, existing crease, rotate, cut. Reverse fold, pivot fold, outside reverse fold. Deep fold, not that. Squash fold, rabbit ear fold. Sink fold, there we go, right. Valley fold, unfold. Start off sink fold. Spread it open, fold the point down, collapse the sides and finish. This is just a draw 2 circles and finish the owl and that. Start off sink fold. Spread open all the sides, fold the point down, collapse the sides, so put them back. Okay, so this whole bit here has got to go inside somehow. Inside itself, I think. So the boat bit that we made, we've now got to collapse that inside itself. Along that fold that we just made. Oh, you know, it might work. It might. It might be about there. About, sort of, a little bit. I think I just did a sink fold. I think, look. That fold is now on the inside, look, see? I did a sink fold. I'm proud of myself now. Right, now I've got to turn them all over. I can do that, because it looks a bit like that. If you sort of, yeah. A valley fold and unfold. Right, that's that going from about there up to the, oh, that's just the bit that we've already done. Okay, so sort of folding that and folding that. Okay, I like that. Rabbit ear fold. Now I'm going to have to go back and look at that again, aren't I? Petal fold. I saw rabbit fold. It said something about rabbits. I think he's going to need another drink after this. I might need another drink during this. How to make a square. Reverse fold, pivot fold, outside reverse fold. Did I see rabbit fold? thought I did, but pleat, equilateral triangle, pleat, squash, rabbit. There we go. Rabbit ear fold. Belly fold in half. Belly fold, unfold. Start of rabbit ear fold. Part way through step. So it's got a. It sort of folds in and around itself. So that is going to go sort of over there, but not quite like that. Not as easy as that, because it's got an extra fold thing to happen in there as well. So that's got to go up. Folding in the middle. That's folding up in, and that's folding across to there. I did another one. Abandon ship. No, it's working. Don't pull the plug out. What? What plug? Plug? I don't know what plug. Yeah, I apologise if I pulled a plug out, but I don't think I did. What? Oh, because it was a boat, maybe? I don't know. Don't panic, don't panic. No, it works, look. And then it said valley fold, but I don't know where. The whole thing over there. Okay, that worked. Oh, there's more pages. I thought we'd nearly finished. I might need more. Valley fold and unfold. That back up to the top. Creasing. Squash fold. I remember them. I don't... Is that where it opens or something? I just did a squash fold, didn't I? I can't remember what it was all about, though. It was folding it inside itself, wasn't it? No, I haven't done a squash fold yet. Unfold, start of squash fold, spread open the paper. So yes, it opens up to make a different shape. So yeah, that's going to open up like that. And somehow, I don't know, valley fold and unfold. I did that. And I folded that over there, and then I folded that up there. Right. Now this is doing the squash fold along that crease up there somehow. Is that coming out that way? It's got to look somehow. Oh, that opens that way. Ah, that might open that way. Hang about. I'm trying to open the wrong side. There's a bit on the inside there. That'll open. There we go. Oh, look. Look, it worked. It only went and did a thing. And that looks a bit like the thing that it looks like in the paper. Then I've got to valley fold those in. So anyway, while you're all here and like a captive audience, I know a lot of these streams that I do are just here for basically to give you a chat room, so I can waffle on and you can ignore me and you can carry on doing other things. Do these work? Does the origami work? I think last time it did a bit, mostly. But is this one working as well? It's something that I can do without too much attention. I mean, it takes a lot of attention, but you know, I can still read the chat and keep in touch with you lot. Hey, Jim Scale Modeling says, tools needed to build this kit. Paper, wire tweezers, a lot of beer, 200 cigarettes, and a loaded 45 Magnum. Quite possibly, yes. If you replace the beer for brandy, I have a scalpel. Things could get... No, it's all good. It's all fine. I've only folded and unfolded, did I? Yes, I've unfolded. There we go. Petal fold. That's another one that I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and look at petal fold again now, aren't I? I don't remember seeing about petal fold. That might be one that I haven't got to yet. Pleat, squash, rabbit ear. Petal. There we go. Petal fold. Start with the water bomb base. Valley fold, right edge. Unfold step 1. Squash fold. Oh, you've got to do halfway through the squash fold. Valley fold in. And then unfold another bit. And then petal. Oh, that's complicated. Right. Let me have a look. It just says petal fold. So this bit I've got to do a petal fold too, which involves basically folding it back down mostly, but unfolding some of it. Sprung Blue says this is great fun. It also says, get them thumbs up. Yes, because it's not uncomfortable enough already. Lynn says, I enjoy watching this. Thank you very much. Twisted Rail says, new camera setup tonight. Actually can use my laptop to control the stream. Not only that, and I now not only have 2 cameras, but I have access to up to 3. Yes, I could, in theory, access 3 cameras, but the third one's over there pointing at the back of my spray booth, so not really much help. Right, let me see. Unfold to step 1. I don't know about unfolding any of it. Squash folding, is it that? No, it's sort of unsquashed. So, oh, I've got the back bit here that I might be able to squash fold. That's not that squash fold, that's a valley fold. Valley fold outside edges. That's basically what I started with already. So could I do, is it that way round? And that's got me to do that already. Then I'm unfolding. Start of the petal fold, right? So fold there. While mounting folding there. So it's not exactly like that, and then that. It sort of is, but it isn't. There's definitely something going on in there. Hold the point to the top. There's different angles of pointing and stuff. It looks a bit like that. I'm going to go with that and think that might be close. It's probably not it, but it might be close enough. We'll find out momentarily. What did I do? Petal fold. That was what I just did. And it looks a bit like that. Sort of. A little bit. Not really. It's got more... It's more like that going that way. I'm going to go with that. That looks more like the picture. Hopefully it's just about getting that pointy thing rather than having to do anything else in it, because I might be confused. Any paper cuts, says Sarah Jane? Not yet, no. Candygram says the origami is fine and economical for these live streams, but it seems to be frustrating for Chris. That's what gives people the urge to watch it more. Right, sink fold on crease formed on... Okay, I've got to do the sink fold again on that one. I can do that. I've done that before. It's all about that crease is now being creased inside. Like that. See? Sort of. A little bit. That crease is now that crease, and that top bit is that top bit. And that now becomes that-ish. Mostly. A bit like that. I think if I was a lot more accurate in my folding, as in, you know, magnifying goggles on and rulers and stuff, then everything would be a little bit better. But it seems good enough. So what did I do? I think I might have skipped a bit. No, that was the sink fold. Right, okay. So now I've got the thinner bit with that and the little bit. Then I've got a valley fold and unfold. What? The edges of that in even more. Okay. But they're very, very tiny edges now. I don't know that I can do much more with them. Valley fold and unfold, then turn the model over. So that, I've unfolded that. Now I've got to fold the point of that in about halfway to get a crease there. But this is now the crease is on a point that's not very pointy. Turn the model over. Right. Okay. Now we've got this big thing. Valley fold. Half the distance between the edge A and intersection B. A and B. Is that B? What? Valley fold this up. No. And unfold and then turn it over again. So I've got to fold it up to there and then unfold it again and turn it over again. But yeah, that's not going to work. It's far too pointy. Pleat fold on the creases formed in. Yeah, I can't do that because it's just pointy. I'm just going to sort of unfold it a bit. Do the sort of pleat fold, which is just making a little step in it. And then I'll fold it back up again. And we'll say that's as close as you're going to get. Trying to make these could be considered a form of torture, said Ghost Rider. This is quite possible. Here he goes with the sink again. Don't pull the plug. Oh, it's sink fold. I got you now. I understand. Yeah, very funny. 4 to 9 with spray and glue, and it will be open cam night, I hope, if I can figure that part out. Yeah, good luck with that. Trying to make these could be considered a form of torture. We like watching gross models suffer and getting beaten by his family members when stuff goes wrong. Yeah, I don't like that bit so much. Rolly3475 says, I know what you need to do to get the lightsaber right. You've primed me now. Go for it. Tell me. And welcome, of course. Yes, but yeah, tell me where. I think I did that. Need to add a squash. Yeah, yeah. Pull out the hidden paper. What? Yeah. Belly fold in half. Tuck the tip under the flap. Yeah, we can't do that. It's too pointy and not really folding. It's fine. Belly fold the edge. So crease AB lies on AC. AB. So we're doing that. Like that. Okay, because it's got to make a circular sort of shape eventually. Paul, I feel like I'm listening to a maths lesson about trigonometry. Watching this reminds me why I don't like Star Wars. It's not. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. It is Star Wars, but it doesn't have to be Star Wars related. I got Valley fold. AB is parallel. Oh look, could you get the colours? And then unfold it again, and then outside reverse fold. Oh, what? Have we got to unfold all of it? Done that and done that. Outside reverse fold. I'm going to have to go back to the instructions again. X-ray lines, turn over, mount and fold, reverse fold, outside reverse fold. Open the pocket a bit and flip the point backwards over the spine along existing creases. It's a little like peeling a banana. So I've got to fold that down there, but by peeling it. That's going down there. And I'm peeling it. So it's sort of going inside out. Yep, sort of. I understand that. Yep. And then reverse fold. Oh, that's the bit where it goes inside, I think. Is it? The outside reverse fold goes outside, and the inside one goes inside. And the ink blue work sort of fits up. Valley fold 2/3 of the way. 2/3 of that way, out there. Okay. But then that's probably got to go back again because it should be. And then valley fold in half. It's going to say do it all backwards again, isn't it? Valley fold in half. That way, okay. And then unfold and then pleat on the creases. So we've got to make that go inside. Inside itself, in and out, both sides like that. There we go. That's all worked. Repeat it for the other half. Okay, I can't remember it, let alone repeat it. There was the thing about folding that down, and then about folding that across, and then unfolding that and doing the valley thing, the outside reverse thing, like that, with all of it, not just half of it. All of that gets the inside reverse fold, corner fold inside thing, and that one gets the inside that way, and then that gets the folding like that, and then the thing. I think the pyramids were built quicker. Peeling banana with boxing gloves on, that could be it. Yes. Right. Go back to the lightsaber page. I will do. I think I've just finished this one. I've got to, no, I repeat that. Valley fold into the top pocket. Top pocket. There's a sort of pocket. I'll give you that. Okay. So yes, there we have. Exactly like it says in the picture. Except for the not being exactly the same. But being sort of similar. And not having the blobby bit in the middle there, but that's okay. We have completed the Trade Federation battleship. Right, I shall put that to one side. We'll go back. Lost me at maths, is Twisted Rail. Go back to the lightsaber. I shall. We are here. We'll go back to the Dooku lightsaber, shall we? I think the Dooku lightsaber was the basic lightsaber. Right. Now the problem is, this is running about 30 seconds behind. So I've done that. Now I've got to wait for a little while for you to catch it, read it, and then carry on. But yes. The pic that show you need to cut the page is a picture of the full page with all the lightsabers on. Ah, is it? I suppose it could be. Although... So this is also saying... Because that's the page. Okay, so... That should still have been part of that. Darth Maul's... I don't know, it already told me to cut them in half. But... So if it's saying... It doesn't look right. I say it's battle damage. Indeed, it needs weathering. That's the downside to that, yeah. Every time Chris says fold, he has to take a shot of brandy. That would not last very well. The picture that shows you need to cut the page is a picture of a full page with all the lightsabers on. I don't know. It might be. But... I mean, you can't see the fourth one now, but if I go back to the lightsabers... Because I've got another page of lightsabers. It already says to cut them there. Maybe. So it's sort of saying to leave the bottom half intact, but then you're using both of these for that. So it might well be. It might be. So in that case, did I cut that extra wrong? Told you this is going horribly wrong at the start. Yes, it repeats itself. Okay, so let's go back and we shall try the instructions for Darth Maul's then. So it says both rectangles, value fold enough to form a thin flap. So if we can do one and then see if it's going to work. So we value fold that to form a thin flap. So that we are then folding into 4. Value fold, yeah, leaving that folded up. Right, value fold and unfold. So the 4 we're turning into 3 by tucking 2 of them together. So what were the extra ones that I had on that? I made 3 sides out of 3, so that's thinner than it should be, I think, if that's the way it should be working. There's that side as well. Okay, value fold and unfold. Mark and fold, turn the models over. Right, okay, mark halfway. Okay, turn it over. Then value fold that up to there. I don't know what that mark and fold thing was because it's not really using any of that. There we go. It's a smaller rectangle, but I think they're both the same size. And one might be very slightly smaller than the other. Okay, let's do all that with this one as well then. See, I'm remembering stuff now. I'm remembering folding and folding and fold the other bit and then fold that bit the other way. Give it to 5-year-old, it'll be done in 2 seconds. Basically, it tells you to cut the lightsaber out you want to do. Yeah, I can sort of understand that. It just isn't terribly clear. I think I jumped ahead by cutting out when the picture on the back of the paper said, cut this bit. When I probably shouldn't have yet. Then, maybe. I'm not going to do that because I don't need to mark it because I'm not going to fold according to that mark anyway. Right, now the both rectangles, smaller rectangle, belly fold about the same distance as the flap in step 4. Oh, and on the end of this, I've done that, so now I've got to do this as well. Okay. Yeah. Large rectangle, valley fold, mounting fold, about the same distance as the sloping 4. So mounting fold that one that way. Okay. Smaller rectangle, mounting fold the A corners into the B pockets. Yes. This will form a triangular tube. And we're just talking about the little bits, so we now, not the big bit that we just folded up. Okay. So we're going for the triangular tube again, but just held in place with the tiny little edge pieces. So I'm sure that'll work. Why not use the big one? I can use the big one. I might as well. It's there. So I'm going to use it. Push that in. That's that, and that's folded over. And let's do. Where's that? Oh, that's on the inside. Okay. Should that be on the inside? I think it should. I don't think I did that bit hideously wrong. Yes, so that's given me a much thicker bladed lightsaber than the Mace Windu one. No, it's longer. Right, it's the handle's bigger. Right, so I'm going to do the same with this. Mounting fold while wrapping the edge AB around section CD on the smaller. So I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Okay, I reckon I can get away with doing this like that. And then getting that in. No, I can't. It's got to be done on the inside. But that fold on the outside of that is going to stop it from all coming apart. That's the plan. We can get that mostly in. Then get that inserted. Like that. Then that goes together a little bit more. I get that in together a little bit more. Everything pushed together a little bit. And that doesn't come apart because of the little folds we put on the inside there. Velcro, says Skullfish. That might well work, yes. Skullfish probably doesn't know how to tie his shoes. Oh, that's why Velcro comes in, yep. Makes sense now as it would give you more rigidity. Any bets as to not Chris that does the Christmas presents? I can do wrapping. It's all right. You don't have to wrap like lightsabers. So yes, I'm fairly happy with that. That's what it's got some sort of twiddle to it for some reason. It's got a twizzle. Probably because something's not quite lined up right, but it works and it holds together mostly. So thank you, Rolly. That was much helpful for that, and yeah, that seems to be the answer. So I have a Dooku to do at some point. Where should I put that? That's the instructions, isn't it? So I'll leave it with the instructions. I'll leave it with the instructions on how to fold Count Dooku's lightsaber. And at some point I shall come back and do that. And then that other bit. Why have I got extra bits? What was that then? That was the mices should have been even bigger, but yeah, it isn't because of reasons. Okay. So yes, that will do me for tonight, I think. How long until before the glue comes out? Yeah, sellotape will be the answer. Somebody buying the Avengers one, he needs to shout assemble. Yeah, it's probably not quite that easy. Right. That was Star Wars origami. We've managed basically what I intended to do as a lightsaber, or 2, or 3, technically, if you want to count that. And one of the ships, which sort of works. I don't know, would you recognise that as the Trade Federation thing? I know this is bigger than that, but yeah. Did it work? As it sort of, yeah. That was Star Wars Origami, and it sort of worked most of the time. So thank you all for joining me for that. I shall put the Star Wars Origami book aside for a while. I'll come back to the big screen. Yes, you can still. I'll leave that down there because reasons. Yes, next week I shall be doing something different. Rolly says, you're welcome. Nice to follow your channel and model builds. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. I say I've got lots of videos in there. I try and do these live streams every week. Every Wednesday I do a making thing. This is obviously the origami week. Next week I think I'm back on the dog. The nano, oh, you can't see, it's tiny down there. Nano blocks. They're like mini Lego. So I've been building this up over the last several months. Next week I shall be doing some more of that. I don't think I'll be finishing it, but it will be a little bit further. I think there's 2 more weeks left of that. But the week after that there'll be something different. I've got some more Lego to do. I've got the Metal Earth Falcon I'm doing. I've got the diamond art thing that I'm doing, and I'm sure there was something else. Oh, there's some wooden things. I've got a wooden puzzle thing to do. So it will be several weeks or a month or so until I come back to more origami. And next time won't be the Star Wars one. I'll be doing one of the Star Trek ones. I'll alternate between those as well. So keep things interesting. It's going to be a couple of months until you find me repeating on myself, if you pardon the expression. So that will do for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Tomorrow night, being Thursday, is an evening with the gang. So this is the night when I'm just sitting here talking to camera and you lot in the chat, because the chat's what makes it. All of these live streams, the reason a lot of us do these live streams is for you lot in the chat. If it's just me doing stuff, then I can be doing that without filming it. So by filming it and giving you the chat to interact with and talk to, it gives you people to talk to, gives me something to talk to, and keeps it all, you know, fun and interesting. So tomorrow night is an evening with where I won't actually be building stuff. I'll just be talking to you lot in the chat. Hopefully some of my my friends and colleagues from the model making world will join in, and we just, you know, it's just like a sitting around a table chatting stream. If you haven't seen it before, if you have seen it before, then you know what it's like. So yeah. Thanks for the live stream, says Candygram. Good entertainment, says Ghost Rider. That was awesome, says Fruit and Glue. Great job, Chris, says Lynn. Have fun. Be careful. Stay safe. Wash your damn hands. Bye, my friends. Yes, indeed. Skullfish, indeed, says thanks, Chris. Late as all. So yes, tomorrow evening with everyone. Sunday, I think it's Ted's turn for doing the Warhammer. But we'll find out. If it isn't, then I shall be here to do some Warhammer as well. I think it might actually be my turn, but Ted's been away, so we'll figure it out. But that's that, and then onwards throughout the week. So thank you all for watching. It's been great, and let's see, origami's a little bit different, so it likes to keep things interesting. I shall see you soon. As Lynn said, wash your hands, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.